Do you think that the water industry is trending to having big water players, or will remain, no, like so far, no, like there are many players, no, and not a big one, no, with a monopoly? So do you think that we will keep having a wide range of water techs and water companies, or do you think that the big players will come and, more present, no, in general in the world?
Well, one thing I'd say is that the theme is the wheel is always turning. The water wheel is always turning. And like I seen from when I began the work here maybe 20 years ago, the water technology startups there's not less of them. There's about the same, but they're smarter. They're better. Number two, there's been more consolidation. So there was always a problem with a small mid-size ever since US Filter and the consolidation and the roll-up and, the larger conglomerates like GE and Siemens came in and created some consolidation. There's been a gap in the mid-market. I think there still is. And there's been even more consolidation at the top end, right? With, Xylem and Evoqua and Veolia buying WTS. Now, and DuPont, also rolled up some membrane companies into what was the Dow Water Solutions business. I would say we'll see, number one, probably divestiture over time. Then people will begin to evolve and say, should I be fully vertically integrated in the value chain or should I not? There is a general trend, though, towards solutions providers. So rather than being a one technology provider, there is a desire, particularly as the complexity of water increases, particularly in the corporate side. If you want to sell somebody a wastewater treatment plant, it's one thing. It's at the end of the pipe. If you want to sell them the ability to reuse that water for CIP, boil water demineralisation, and rinse water, it's much more complex. That means you're much more likely to want to buy an integrated holistic solution from the solutions provider. You see Nyhouse SOAR and others are doing that. And also there's the servitization of the business model, building in more and more operational contracts into it. So it's evolving. And another interesting evolution, though, that I'm seeing right now is the corporates are willing to sidestep the big guys to go and work with the small guys. We never saw this before. It was always framework agreement, 3 approved vendors, RFP goes out, EPC contract gets built, but not when they have to do something that is a real moonshot that they've never been able to do before. Now they're willing to. When we had the Innovation Pavilion at Aquatech, like 2 weeks ago, there was a thermal plasma company working with Coca-Cola for non-biological small footprint destruction. You had advanced functionalized adsorbent companies working with Tata. So that appetite among the larger industrial corporates to go and seek out something, whether it's cold plasma or functionalized adsorbent, that maybe isn't within the portfolio of these larger conglomerates, that's an interesting shift, I think, and a trend which leads to collaboration between the corporates and the startups and ultimately probably, some of the other players and investors too.